So we are in line 6. And I forgot to tell you too that this is a lamenting psalm. I forgot to make that plug in it. You know, remember this is a psalm that David wrote to the chief musician Jeduthun. All right. And so we said Jeduthun is a Levite musician appointed by David. All right. So line 6. Surely every man walks about like a shadow. Surely they busy themselves in vain. He heaps up riches and does not know who will gather them. And so, wow. So everybody's walking around like a shadow. Remember, a shadow is, and we, talked about that. A shadow is only, you can only see a shadow when it's reflected by light. Light has to hit an object in order for it to cast a shadow. And so what he is saying is that, every man walks about like a shadow. All right. And the shadow really is not doing anything. All right. So it says, surely they busy themselves in vain. He heaps up riches and does not know who would gather them. And so basically, that's what, even though we're living and moving, we having our being, he's saying that we're just like a shadow. All right, because it's all in vain. Whatever we're doing is all in vain anyway, because it's not going to last long. All right, because even if whatever we gathering up, we working 9 to 5 and all this other stuff, and then whenever, breath is, taken from us, we're not spending anything. We can't sit on the sofa. We can't live in a house. We can't sleep in a bed. We can't do all those things anymore anyway. So it's all in vain. Let's move to the next stanza, line 7. And now, Lord, what do I wait for? My hope is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the reproach of the foolish. I was mute. I did not open my mouth, because it was you who did it. Remove your plague from me. I am consumed by the blow of your hand. When with rebukes you correct man for iniquity, you make his beauty melt away like a moth. Surely every man is a vapor. Selah. So he's making this repeated claim about we all vapors. All right. So line 7, going back and let's elaborate. And now, Lord, what do I wait for? My hope is in you. And that's the only thing that we have that's really is going to mean anything is the Lord. And so our hope is in him. And we talked about that in 38:15. And it gives us that for reference scripture. For in you, O Lord, I hope you will hear, O Lord, my God. All right. And so look at line 8. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the reproach of the foolish. And so remember, transgressions are a violation of God's laws. And then then he's saying, do not make me the reproach of the foolish. And remember, we said reproach is something disputed to the discredit of others. Okay, and so line 8 also gives us reference scriptures to 44:13, Psalm 44:13, that says, you make us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to those all around us. All right, and also to Psalm 79, line 4. That says we have become a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to those who are around us. And so they're just basically mimicking the same thing, reiterating the same thing. And then Psalm 119:22 that says, remove from me reproach and contempt, for I have kept your testimonies. All right. So do not make me the reproach of the foolish. 9, I was mute. I did not open my mouth, because it was you who did it. And so we can't say anything. When God moves and acts, we don't have nothing to say. Because what can we say? What can we say? Let's look at Job 2:10 and see how he responded. Job 2:10. That says, but he said to her, you speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God? And shall we not accept adversity? In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. And that's true. I mean, things are going to happen. And, we always, oh, God bless me, God bless me. But when God starts testing us, we can't deal with that. So we want the blessing, but we don't want the testing. All right. So then he said it gives us a reference scripture to Job 1:21 and 22 that says, and he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this, Job did not sin nor charge God with wrong. And we can't charge him with wrong. We really can't. We can't charge God with nothing. And if you don't like what God does, all right, who are you going to go tell? Are you going to call the cops on God? Are you going to call the military? Leave it alone. Just accept, like Job accepted it, like David accepted it. I was mute. I did not open my mouth because it was you who did it. We ain't got nothing to say. And I'll see you in line 10.